He was named 2019 Texas Designer of the Year, finalist on HBO's Max Full Bloom 2020. He's been featured in My Floral, Texas in Bloom, and SAF's magazine. Florist educator, head of Ace Bloom, and owner of Full Sheer Floral Design in Houston, Texas, Ace Berry.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely marvelous. I'm too blessed to be stressed.
Yeah. Tell us what's
Thanks.
going on there in your office.
Well, you all are well, you're getting to see this live from the inner dwellings of Ace and Full Bloom and Fulshire Floral Design, my storage closet slash office slash employee cooking area.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
that's
so fancy. We're so fancy, so glamorous, you
mhm.
know,
But
all the things.
I feel like that is like a true representation of a floral designer, floral owner.
Oh,
What do you
100%.
think?
100%. I
Yeah.
always laugh when I go to like when I'm freelancing or I'm traveling and they're like, I walk in, they have like this really nice like kitchen area. And I'm always like, who are y'all? Like, I don't know if I can trust y'all because this is way too much for me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
know.
this is very real. This is a very real flower shop that is grinding all the time. We're always working. I mean, yeah. It's
Yeah.
the real life flowers.
I always feel like too, like when you freelance, it's like such a different experience. And even when you get lunch or dinner, it's not surprising, but it sort of is like, wow, this
Oh
is
yeah.
bougie, you know?
I I always admire when they have time to sit down and actually eat with real utensils.
Exactly.
I've eaten many a salad with a card pick.
We've all done it.
Yeah,
We've all
so
done
I'm
it.
always like, oh, y'all actually get to actually use a utensil. Okay. Like literally last week, I cut a lid of I got some takeout, some Chinese takeout, and I did not have a spoon, didn't have a fork, didn't have a knife. So I had to cut the plastic part of the lid to make a makeshift spoon.
I,
Like real
yeah,
life. Like
yeah.
the oh so sexy part of the
Hmm.
industry that I love. I'm just like I always laugh about it because I'm just like
Yeah.
this is real life.
Well, I feel like too, like creatives are creatives, and we're always thinking of things to create.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, makes sense that you would make a spoon out of a lid. Um, so I know that you weren't destined to be a florist or a floral designer, and your path was on a different, you were on a different path. Tell us a
yes,
little bit about like the very beginning stages or how you stumbled upon floral design.
yeah. So when I was in high school, I delivered flowers for a very small shop in South Texas. Um, this town in South Texas is very oil and gas, refineries, um, plants, stuff like that. So if you're not leaving that small town to go into college and find your path, you are going to end up in the oil field or in a plant working. That is kind of how your life is laid out. But when I was in high school, I delivered flowers at the small shop and just kind of got struck or bit really by the flower bug. And during those times in my life, like I was like, oh, I can't do this. This isn't a career path. Is really how I looked at it, and I was never really cultivated to do flowers or to be artistic or anything like that.
Mhm.
So I ended up going to the oil field and working in the oil fields of Texas and logging oil wells all over the world, getting to travel and log oil wells all over the place. But then in 2007, um, when things started doing a downturn and into a recession, I got laid off. And I told myself at that point in my life, like, if I'm going to gamble on anything, it's going to be gambling on myself. So I took every egg that I had and I threw it all into one basket. And I told myself, I was like, if I fail at this, this beautiful 6 year old little girl is not going to have food or clothes or a house to live in. And I just dove straight into it and refused to fail.
Mm.
Like I just worked nonstop, just trying to make sure that I can make ends meet during that time too. So that's how it all
Mhm.
got started. It was it was literally like a throw it at the wall and making sure that it stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
So
was one throw.
do you feel that um, going on full bloom kind of like catapulted your business?
Um, so it's really crazy. So I'd been doing flowers for 13 years when Full Bloom happened. I had a lot of success kind of through Texas in the Midwest kind of area. But as far as like breaking into the East Coast and the West Coast and going overseas, there was none of that. Um, so I think Full Bloom it helped in that aspect, kind of opening up some other new avenues and new routes
Yeah.
that I'm currently on that I really love. But yeah, it didn't really so let me rewind. Fun fact about Full Bloom is that I did not market my flower shop with the show
Hmm.
at all because when you sign on for reality TV, they can portray you and they can edit that show however they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was so worried being a straight white tattooed male from Texas. I was like, oh, how are they going to portray me? So I was kind of in this like, I'm going to back up. And so I didn't put my flower shop out there at all. I let my flower shop do what it was doing, and
Yeah.
I that's when I created the whole separate brand, which was Ace in Full Bloom,
Yeah.
because if by chance they portrayed me badly or something had happened where I looked like a villain, I didn't want it to affect my flower shop.
It's
So
pretty
I was,
smart.
yeah, I was very, very, very chess moves during that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, for sure. So, you had mentioned before that you feel like you're a villain in the floral
Oh,
industry. Why is that?
yeah. I think I play a villain role sometimes. I
How
think
so?
that I think the floral industry is a weird because it's a very large industry, but
Yeah.
it's also very small.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you stand on business and you say what you want and how it is, people look at you like you are a villain. But I refuse to let somebody like not speak down to me, but just like put you in this box. And this is how it's always been. This is what so I've always been, I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts and my opinion. You don't have to agree with it,
Right.
but this is where I come from. So I always tell people, I'm like, I'm okay with being the villain. Because lots of times if you I love movies, I love Marvel movies. Lots of times the people that you think are villains are actually heroes.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
that's the way I look at it. I'm like, I'm okay with being it, but know that I have the best of intentions to always push my industry forward. Um, flower industry gave me my life. It gave me my outlet into art. It gave me my outlet into creating unapologetically
Yeah.
and getting to meet people that are in this crazy beautiful realm and to help cultivate and like show them like, hey, somebody's got your back.
Yeah.
Like, no, we've never met. We're only friends through Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, but someone has your back because I was there. I was there when I felt like no one had my back. Like I was all alone on this island of one. And then I had someone throw me a lifeline,
Yeah.
so I think that's what you're supposed to be. That's why I say it's a very beautifully big, gorgeous industry, but it's
Yeah.
also very small at the same time.
Yeah.
And-
I mean, I think HBO did a really good job portraying.
oh,
I think portraying you as you.
oh
Um,
yeah.
I think everybody fell in love with you. You know,
Um,
this big guy from Texas. And just, I mean, when I watched it back in the day, I mean, I was just like, oh, I love
yeah.
him. And
It's
then I
a
got to meet you
yeah,
in
it's
Houston. So
really
that was really
crazy.
special.
It's really crazy how like all of it happened
Yeah.
because I think that they really did think that they were getting this. And I was so like this inclusive, like hug you, love you, like be I was one of the oldest on my cat on the cast that I was with.
Okay.
I think I was the oldest. It's either Beth or I were the two oldest.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna be the big brother. Like I
Yeah.
knew, like I'm like, I used it as teachable moments. There were a lot of young florists that were just starting that they like. One of the guys was an actor turned florist, and he didn't know how to use a knife. So I was like, I showed him, like I taught him how to use a knife on the show. I remember like trying to make our literally our industry better.
Mhm.
Like the competition came second to me being a good human, if that makes sense. Like I
Yeah.
money comes and goes, but being a good person
Yeah.
will be forever. And that's how I operated everything I did on that show. It's like I'm gonna be a good human first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, I love that.
yeah,
Um, when you said that some doors opened after full bloom, the Chelsea Flower Show, you did that this year, right?
I did. I did.
How nervous were you? And tell us like the process of that.
So the power of social media is a real thing. I reached out to this conceptual artist. His name is Russ Jones. He's amazing, just an amazing human. Um, he's literally like my brother from another mother. I
Mhm.
love the guy with everything. He really opened up some doors. But when I sent him this message, he was doing this art on the streets of London, and I assumed that it was in the streets of New York because it just said Chelsea.
Oh,
So I thought it
oh
was in
my
New York,
goodness. Oh,
and so
wow.
I literally sent him a message, and I was like, "Hey, I'm in New York around once a month. I would love to meet with you, maybe have grab some coffee, and maybe talk about a collab if you're ever interested." 30 minutes later, I get a DM back. Oh, sorry, mate. I'm in Chelsea, London.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Uh he we're just kind of talking back and forth. And I said, I've always had a dream to go do the Chelsea Flower Show. This is how,
I
like, when
mean,
I
who
said,
doesn't?
yeah. And he goes, well, we should do it. Like this is within like an hour of he and I conversating.
Wow.
Um, and literally we started a thing that said win Chelsea. Win Chelsea in Bloom is it's still to this day, it's in my WhatsApp messages, win Chelsea in Bloom. Um, so all this we locked in with a luxury greengrocer that owned also a restaurant. And he was like, hey, y'all can do it at my space. And I was like, perfect. So I literally Mother's Day was on a Sunday. Friday, I flew to London. That's the first time I'd ever like shaken hands or saw Russ in person and Andreas.
Oh my gosh.
And what's just funny about this whole thing was they sent me pictures of the front of the store. So I sketch out the whole thing. I send it back to them. They're like, they literally, this is like 2 days later. They send me another picture. They're like, Ace, there's scaffolding everywhere. I think we have to pull out. And
No.
I literally laughed. I was like, absolutely not. And they're like, we can't do this. And I was like, 100% this helps us, not does not hurt us. It
Yeah,
helps.
yeah, yeah.
And they go, how is this going to help? And I'm like, we're going to do an immersive room outside where you can still hear the city, you can still smell the smells, but now we're welcoming people into an immersive outside. Like this is what it's about. So they're like, okay. And so I showed up and Russ had never touched flowers before, and I'm making him insert things above his head.
Of course.
Uh, Andreas was helping, like it became a family affair. And that, like, I had a friend that came from Cornwall, England, named Caroline Crabb. She drove down or got on a train. She came down to help. Um, one of the people from the big flower fight, which is Jan Skates, he came
Yes.
in. He came in and helped. The one and only Morgan, they came in and helped. Like it was just a really like a bunch of people. I'd met Jan before, but a bunch of people that
Yeah.
I hadn't really met that all showed up to help. And that's like when I tell you this industry is
Wow.
beautiful, like people just showed up just to help, just to be like
Oh,
be your cheerleader. And I just fell in love with it. And I'm like, and next thing you know, the judges they loved it and gave us the innovation award. They
yeah,
literally looked at
amazing.
me. They looked at me and they go, "We would have never known that an American did this." And I laughed. I'm like, "Oh, I knew. Oh, I knew I was gonna win." And they were like, "How?" And I'm like,
That's
"Because everyone else."
amazing.
I literally kind of told them, I was like, "Everyone else has the same storefront. It's why
Yeah,
the look of the storefront may be a little different. It's still a storefront that
yeah.
you don't have stuff that you can hang where." So it was fun. It was such a. I can't wait this year. I'm going back.
You
Um,
are?
Yeah,
Woo!
I have some new stuff in
Exciting.
mind.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'm so pumped. I'm just it's such
So
a creative
now,
outlet.
will you do the same store, or how do they do that?
I
Or just,
will. So I will be doing Andreas again, but I have some secret ones that no one knows. I'm actually flying to London on Halloween. I have one meeting, and this one is going to be really cool, just
are you
because
gonna
it's
tell me secrets? I won't tell anyone.
I I will say that um it's a big way that everyone gets around in London. So it's a big way. But it's not it's not like it's not a public transportation,
Okay.
but it's a transportation that everyone in London uses a lot.
I love hints, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
smart, so I'm pretty sure I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But this is going to be so exciting!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. I it's funny because when I first met with them, I told them I was like, either you can sign on with me or I'm just gonna get one and I'm gonna do it without you.
Right?
And they were like, and I was like, either way, it's happening. And like,
Either way, I'm taking it home.
well, which is one of those weird kind of things is like where I say I feel like a villain lots of times. It's because of the way I am like I maybe it's not a villain, maybe it's more of a gangster. I feel like it like I went and got my hands tattooed with like the flower boss because I
Yes.
wanted the flower gangster. But
Okay.
so I'm like, maybe it's just that I have like this more of a mob, you know, mentality of like, I'm just gonna do this
Yeah,
regardless.
yeah, you're the boss.
Yeah. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
really looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'm just chomping at the bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my. Now, when does that? Now, it's in the spring, right?
It's in the spring, so it's always in May. So
Okay.
I'll do Mother's Day, and then I'll hop on a train or on a flight and get there and take a bunch of green flowers, monochromatic green flowers. There's your other hint.
Okay, okay.
So it's gonna be a fun thing.
Oh, I
So
love it. Okay, well, I
yes.
can't wait. I'm gonna shift gears a little bit. With everything kind of happening in the world. And I've seen some posts. I've actually seen many posts on how white people are considered to not really have a culture.
Hmm.
And I guess since like our culture is dominant, or in society and in history, power, demographic, weight, um, its norm, practices, and values tend to be like normal or universal,
Yeah.
or just how things are. You know what I mean? In America, let's just say in
Yeah.
America. Um, what are your nationalities, and has your culture? Because I feel like, yeah, we're European, but there's, Italian, Irish, Nordic. I
Yeah.
mean, there's lots of different, subcategories of white culture. So, what are your nationalities, and have they inspired you in your design style?
Um, so I'm part Italian. My grandmother was from Sicily, and other than that, I'm kind of a mix of a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know.
Okay.
Um, as far as
Like the
like
majority of us.
yeah, as far as like culture, it's really crazy. So, um, my my biological father was never in the picture. His parents were, and that's the grandmother that was Italian. But I was very blessed that I had two amazing men that stepped up to the plate to raise me. One, my mom, which was the man I call my dad. When I was 6 years old is when I met him,
Mhm.
and I mean, still to this day, I'm 45, fixing to be 46, and he is always answered the call. And then the other man that I call my dad, what I met when I was 13, and he bought my first car.
Hmm.
He raised me. Both of those men did what they didn't have to do, and they did it
Yeah.
with on their own free will, and they turned me into the man I am today, to be honest. Like
Oh,
showing me how to be respectful and to you know just answer the call, like be the person that you want to see. But that being said, I did grow up in Houston up until I moved to South Texas when I was eighth, ninth grade. But until then, I grew up in the second and third ward of Houston, which is very highly Hispanic, and I was the only white kid in the neighborhood. So, as far as culture, I think culture is it's something that you're kind of born into a section or into a part of the town or a city or a neighborhood, and that becomes your culture.
Yeah.
I think culture needs to stop being more about race and everything and more about your neighborhood, because still to this day, that's what I call home.
Yeah.
Like I've never
Yeah.
felt where other people will look at that area and that demographic of Houston and they might get scared. I view it as home. I've never felt unsafe. I've never felt less than or more than. I just felt like I was a
Yeah.
part of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Um, which is funny because I didn't even have a white friend until my freshman year of high school.
Wow.
So I just have never looked at someone's skin color or their sexual orientation or their gender or any of those things
Hmm.
because I grew up in an area that was very diverse. And I mean, I'm covered in tattoos. I'm 6'1", 300 pounds and covered in tattoos. I made sure that I looked completely different than what they say is normal America.
Yeah.
I wanted to be different. I wanted to be
Yeah.
artistic. And so I've just never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that, not to take it away and say that that's not like that, but I know for as far as like my struggle for the floral industry is because I was a large straight white man that was covered in tattoos. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't hit the normal. I don't, and I don't want to. I want to be me. I want to be Ace because there's only one Ace in the whole world. There's only one Ace Berry.
Yep.
And I think that we should stop like putting so many labels and terms on people and just be the best version of you.
Yeah.
Just show up and be that version. Stop trying to be fake and all these other things and just be you
Yeah.
and watch all the success come. But yeah, there were struggles in the beginning and when I was trying to fit into their normal and wearing the little polos and you know,
Yeah.
when I finally embraced like, hey, I'm a little bit thuggish. I grew
Yeah.
up in an area, I'm a little bit thuggish. But
Hmm.
also my mom, give her flowers right now. She made sure I went to etiquette school. Like I know what fork to eat with, you know? I
Yeah.
always like I know all that stuff. I like being a little bit of the bad boy
All
too.
right, Ace. I
I
see
love
you.
that. So I just think that people need to start giving grace. And as far as everything, I mean, like the world, the way it is right now, if you have an opinion, I don't have to agree with it. I have to accept your opinion. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make me a bad person. It just means we disagree on our opinions.
Sure.
And at the end of all of it, I still love you as a person. I
Yeah.
still want to give you hugs and give you flowers. Like
Yeah.
that's and I just wish that people would come from that aspect. Like
Right.
we need to stop fighting amongst each other. Like we just need to
Agreed.
love
Yeah.
each other up, give high fives and
Yeah.
just smile. Like
Love
it's not
that.
that, yeah.
So when you're meeting with a client, what do you draw inspiration from? Is it
Um,
like, do they bring pictures and stuff, or do you kind of like just off the cuff come up with ideas?
Yeah, so it's really weird. So a long time ago, I say a long time ago because I've been doing it like 18 years now. I used to like they would come in with all these inspo pics and I would try to do exactly what they wanted,
Yeah.
which just killed me creatively, just bleh,
Yep.
stab a couple times. What I've realized now, I actually read this book called Crushing It by Gary Vee. Anyways, and during all this time that I'm reading these, there's someone out there that wants to do that wedding. That is their perfect wedding.
Yeah,
What
sure.
that person brought in, that is their thing. So that being said, I kind of implemented that into my store, and I have an amazing team that loves the beautiful, flyaway dancing flowers, beautiful weddings. That's not who I am. That's not ever going to be who I am. So I let them, when a client comes to me and they want me to do their wedding or their event, if it's a wedding that I can't see myself doing, I let the team do the consultation. I pop in for 30 minutes and I'm like, "Oh, I love this. I love their palette," which I mean, because I do. I love flowers. I love to
Yeah.
create, but I let them handle that. And
Yeah.
then when it's a fun one, like this new Chelsea project, I've been all hands on deck.
Nice.
Like I just get in with it and I kind of tell them I research their brand, I research everything, and then I kind of put it all together and I submit it to them and I let them bring stuff back to me and I'm like, okay, yes, we can tweak this and yes, it'll do. Yeah, it's just listening, but I find inspo out of fashion and art and stuff. So it's really hard on weddings, but events are a lot easier when it's more branded stuff.
Yeah.
And most of the time with brands, I usually either already know that I'm working with them, or if it's a new brand and they don't really fit, me and them don't fit together, I go above and beyond to try to find them someone.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
because at the end of the day, the money is not me being authentically me is more important than me trying to put out a fake facade
Yeah.
of this. I can find you someone that fits your brand a lot better. That person needed the door open. That florist or whoever it is, they needed the door opened. They
Yeah.
needed that little bit of hope to be the next big thing in the floral industry. I
Yeah.
mean, I would be foolish to think that that's not going to happen. You know, I've
Yeah.
always said that, like, when I was considered young and I was in my 35, when they were like, "You're one of the young ones," and I was like, "That is an issue. That's the issue. I'm not young. While I love y'all for thinking that, I'm not, and I want us to be stronger for longevity.
Yeah.
So open up the door for these for true young, beautiful designers that can make a way,
Yeah.
and that's what I want. I want to be that.
So segueing off of that, what advice could you give boys and girls of the future? Like if they wanted to come into this industry or they are kind of thinking maybe they want to do something in floral, plant, art, agriculture, something like that. What is your advice, or what is maybe something you wish somebody told you when you first opened your business?
Um, I would say create unapologetically. And even when you think it's the ugliest thing, like I have pictures of the first stuff that I made that I was like
Me
so
too.
proud of. So proud of. And have looked at it and I'm like, Jesus Christ, someone let me design. Someone thought that that was good. They paid
Hmm.
their hard-earned money for that.
Yep, I have been there.
So I would say put everything out there. You're you are going to have people that are going to hate and you're going to have people that are going to cheer. You have to learn to literally just kind of silence the hate and just let it put it out there, because you're going to learn from everything you're going to do, and be unapologetically you. It goes back to the very first thing we talked about, like, be you. There's only one you in this world. Be that. Stop trying to be Ace. Stop trying to be whoever. Like, you be you. If I can inspire you to create something amazing, awesome. But at the end of the day, you had to take those steps to get to that. I didn't take the steps for you. All
Yeah.
I did was show you a picture and you created something off of what's in your brain and your imagination. You were just inspired by that. And that's what I think. Be inspired. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Like, when you're somewhere, don't be afraid to promote yourself. No one is going to toot your horn for you. You
Yeah.
have to toot it a lot of times. Like, this industry, that's where, going back into another thing, like where the villain kind of side came in. I've gotten that hate. You promote yourself. And I'm always like, who's going to promote me? Who else is going to do it?
Hmm.
Nobody. No one else is going to do it.
Mm-mm.
So, like, be okay with, like, walking into a room and commanding presence. Like, you will doors will fly open and people will want to be around you, and
Yeah.
just create, but just be a good person at the same time too.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. What are some, or who, I should say, who are some of your mentors or people that maybe you looked up to secretly and, just kind of watched through the years, um, and gotten some really good tips and tricks from?
Um, so first and foremost, there's my two dads, my mom, like really, my wife, they all have kind of helped guide me and things. But as far as like design wise, there was a guy, his name is Jim Johnson. He passed away 4 years ago. He ran Texas A&M for 40 years. And there was a time when I was making I went from six figures a year in the oil field to $9 an hour. So just to say that, money was tight at the time, money was tight.
Yeah,
But I
sure.
remember
Mm.
having to justify buying a book that he and Buddy Benz had wrote. And I remember like, hey, will you sign this? Like saying, okay, I'm not going to pay a bill. I'm going to pay a bill late to buy this book. And for him to sign it, and he looked up at me, he was like, you're going to be the best in the world one day. And I was just like, did not know me, didn't know me from Adam, didn't anything, but he was one of the best mentors I've ever had because at that point it formed this beautiful friendship.
Yeah, he
Beautiful,
saw
beautiful
something in
friendship.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And before he passed, I was talking to him. I'd call him once a month because he moved back to Indiana. And I was like, Jim, I don't know when I'm going to be the best in the world. I feel like time is running out and running out fast. I'm getting old. And he goes, Ace, you've missed the entire lesson. Mind you, this is at this point like 15, 13 years. And he goes, the thing that you have to do is just be better than you were the day before.
Mm.
He's like, that's how being the best is. Being the best is just being better than the day before and
And
giving back to your.
did your head literally explode at that point?
Yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah.
just like, this guy, like it's just one of those crazy things that I was just like completely dumbfounded that I'm like, how do I miss this? Like, because I'd strive just to like to go nonstop. He was like, you're already doing it. He's like, you mentor people. He's like, in 2012, he told me, he's like, you're going to be an educator. And I was like, you're crazy. I'm never doing that. Sure as shit. Look, I'm, and
Yeah,
so
right.
like, he was the person that literally made me really believe that I could do this and that I could create something and give back to people like it was given to me. And then the
Mm.
only rule he ever told me that I had to follow, mind you, I've had to take all these classes. The one rule that he was very specific on was he was like, it was given to you. He goes, I didn't charge it. I didn't charge you for it. It was given to you. You give it away. Give it away. If someone wants to talk to you for 5 hours about flowers, you talk 5 hours about flowers. This is this is what you're gonna do. This is and so ever since then, I'm just like, okay, like you want to talk to me about flowers, you've got my undivided attention. I will do whatever I have to do to make sure that my industry and is has longevity and is beautiful because someone made me promise that I would do that. And
Yeah.
it, in my and he was just the most exceptional man in the floral industry that I had ever met. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God, I'm fixing to cry. Oh
oh, oh my
yeah,
God,
I
it's
love
so
him.
amazing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just such a beautiful, kind soul. He had these little round glasses, like this, and the handlebar mustache. And he would laugh with his like he would like laugh with his whole body. He was just such an
Mm.
amazing, just a literally the most beautiful, amazing man. And to see something in this kid that was tattooed, that was kind of a little bit edgier, and if you ever saw us together, you would never put these two together. And that's kind of what I really love. I very much miss him. And
Yeah,
then
isn't that
there's
incredible that he's such a part of your life?
yeah.
Or he's part of your personality. He's part of your like
Oh
everyday
yeah.
things that you do, you know?
Yeah, and well, and it's really crazy because I love the whole part of floral industry. Like, there's these paths of floral designers from even 100 years ago that like directly to me. So for floral design, most of floral design, the principles and elements, which
Right?
is, all of us, we learn them if you're classically trained. That's what it's built on. Me, I'm self-taught, and then I went and learned a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But was from a Houstonian named Buddy Benz. And Buddy, the principles and elements of floral design are based off of Buddy's teachings, which is he's the one that wrote the book with Jim. And then you have people like, I mean, these older designers. She's since passed away too, Frankie Shelton. That I did a thing on TV here in Houston. She was like, "That's exactly what you're supposed to do." And I was like, "What do you mean, Miss Frankie?" She goes, "You give it away. The more people that love flowers, the better we're gonna do. Everyone deserves to have flowers. Everyone needs to love flowers." So just having those people that were instrumental that said, "Okay, you're going in the right direction," was really awesome. And it's people again that you would never think like tattooed kid from the second and third ward of Houston with these
Mhm.
people, but it made sense.
Yeah.
It made sense.
I love that too. Like, when back in the day, things like you said, classically trained were the, elements of floral design. And, you had your 1.5 times the size of the container and you had your different, like, techniques and things like that. And I feel like the floral industry has shifted over the years to where it's very subjective. It's
Oh,
art for sure, but it's very subjective, and you don't necessarily have to follow the rules of floral design to make a really beautiful
yeah.
bouquet or beautiful centerpiece or whatever it may be. Designers are designing with one flower, two flowers, odd numbers, even numbers, different
Oh, yeah.
heights and things like that. And I feel like that is such a tribute to all the floral designers
Oh,
of the
yeah.
past
Well,
because it's evolved so much. I just feel like it's incredible to be designing in this day and age in 2025.
100%. I look at stuff like this when when florists are telling other florists like, "Oh, I don't. This is it's ugly," or whatever it is. 50, 60, 70, 100 years ago, someone was looking at a Van Gogh and saying, "Oh, that's ugly." Well, now that Van Gogh is selling for millions of dollars, or that Jackson Pollock, or that
Right,
Rembrandt, or that
right.
Monet. So it's so subjective. I constantly see new designers and new different things that I'm like, man, even 15 years ago, I'd have been like, that not for me. But now I'm looking at it going, man, this thing has some style. It's got a great color tone. It's got a great color palette, and it's colors that you would used to that they would say do not go together. And
Right,
now they're
right.
just like slamming them, mushing it all together, and like,
Yeah,
here you go.
yeah.
And
Well,
it's hot and it's popping.
yeah. Well, look at Banksy. I mean,
Yeah.
boy, did he push
But
the envelope of not floral design of art, and what
yeah.
we perceive as in a frame picture art is like on
Yeah.
a building, and never in a million years would you have even thought that graffiti would
Hmm.
be considered sellable art or
Well, what's crazy is 20 years ago, people were like, "Oh, he's not a real graffiti artist because he does it with stencils."
right, right,
And I'm like, "Hold on, man. He's got it. You know,
yeah,
he's got it." So I think that people the subjectiveness of floral design needs to be really embraced.
yeah,
I think that again, my mine not might not be what you love, but you can still admire it.
yeah,
And that's what you can still admire it and you can still be inspired. You might not have to love it, but art is art. And I think that as far as our industry goes, I think that we need to start embracing it more of an art form
yeah,
for the simple fact that if we don't, we aren't going to have an industry. We need to embrace it and create art and create these beautiful just bespoke weddings or campaigns or just putting it out for ourselves that goes into our own house.
yeah,
Like sometimes you just create art just for yourself.
yeah, for sure. I love that. Well, Ace, oh my gosh, it has been so amazing talking to you. I love that you're an open book,
I
and
am.
that you just shared your story. I think you are one of a kind, and I
Thank you.
love that you're my friend. So thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank
Um,
you. I had such a good time. There's so many, I have so many people that I'm like, y'all need to, I've literally told multiple friends, I'm like, y'all need to do this. Like this, what you're doing is such a beautiful thing. I think that it's truly remarkable to give like florists and us a platform and to say this like the beautiful people of our industry. There's so many out there, and I think that you're just giving us our flowers, and I just it makes my heart happy
well, thank
because
you.
like a lot of people don't do that. They want the spice, they want the drama, and I think there's a place for all of it. But I love what you're doing. I really truly love it, and I just hands it round of applause. Cheesy round
Oh,
of
thank
applause.
you.
So
Thank you.
yes.